What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. And I had another video scheduled for today, but I thought that, I would talk about these new Scream Factory, Shout Factory announcements. Scream Factory announces stuff on a Friday. They usually do Mondays. Now they're changing things up. I don't know if this is something they're going to start doing in 2023, but when you follow this stuff as closely as I do, you come to expect Arrow videos on Friday, Scream Factories on Monday, Criterion's around Tuesday, Wednesdays, Vinegar Syndrome's at the first of the month, Kino Lorber's just whenever they feel like it. And yeah, so they kind of threw me off with this one, but there's some really exciting stuff. Like they Scream Factory's on a roll. I have to say, I think that Scream Factory is really going to have a great year in 2023. Again, I know a lot of people love to hate on Scream Factory, but I just feel like they're going to have a great year in 2023. They're certainly off to a good start. With Dawn of the Dead's getting ready to come out in 4K. That's super exciting. You got Summer Party Massacre movies coming out, but Dragonheart in 4K as well. Magnificent Seven. They just got some really cool stuff coming out, but March blows it all out of the water. They are really heating things up. So yeah, before we get into this, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you're new to the channel, we talk about Blu-rays, we talk about 4Ks, we talk about all things physical media, owning the movies that you love, all that kind of stuff. That's right there behind me. So definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And like always, guys, with these types of videos, it's kind of pre-recorded on StreamYard. If I mess up, if I slip up, I'm sorry. Not going to be able to do any editing with this video. But all right, so we're on the Scream Factor website. Let's look at this. And this actually dropped like early this morning. So I get to work at 6 a.m. on Friday. So I was up when all this stuff started breaking. So I was able to kind of announce it on my Instagram and stuff. But yeah, I was just like blown away. I was like, really, 8 a.m. on a Friday, Scream Factor is going to start announcing stuff. But we got to look at this. I'm gonna go one by one here. I don't know which one would be considered the big one here. Look, we're going to talk about The Exorcist 3 first. Let's talk about The Exorcist 3 first. So this is going to be coming to 4K from Scream Factory. So this is another upgrade re-release because Exorcist 3 has had a Scream Factory Blu-ray before. It also has had an Arrow Blu-ray before. And this is going to be $34.99 for The Exorcist 3 on 4K. So yeah, really cool release. This is going to be 3 discs. So I think it's going to have both cuts of the film on it as well as all the special features. So yeah, it's going to have let's see, included in this set is Legion, a director's cut of the film, Long Thought Lost. So really cool. I don't know if they've ever included Legion then. If it's Long Thought Lost, was that on the original Scream Factory Blu-ray? If not, I mean that's pretty cool right there. But I watched The Exorcist 3 actually for the first time a couple of years ago, and I really loved it. Like, it's a great movie. I feel like a lot of people think with the Exorcist sequels that they're lesser than because the first one's so good. And the first one is my favorite horror film of all time. The first Exorcist is my all-time favorite horror film. But The Exorcist 3 is really good. It's more like a psychological thriller, I feel like, than a actual horror film. But it does turn into more or less an Exorcist movie by the time you get to the end of it. But I really enjoyed it. And this, I can tell you right now, if you watch The Exorcist 2 and you're like, I'm done because it sucks so bad, watch The Exorcist 3. It's actually a legitimately great horror film. And then, of course, the 2 prequel things that nobody really likes. But Exorcist 3 and Exorcist are legit. So I'm excited that we're getting The Exorcist 3 on 4K. The one thing I'll say, though, is that I cannot believe The Exorcist 3 is getting a 4K before the first one. And I would be a little bit more upset by that, but we are getting The Exorcist on 4K this year. It has been confirmed by Warner Brothers. It is coming. It's just odd to me that we're getting The Exorcist 3 before we get the actual Exorcist on 4K. But again, it just depends on, I guess, what studios releasing it. It's just how the chips fall. And I mean, we're getting The Exorcist 3 first. So this is going to look fantastic on 4K. I mean, this is a really great movie. And really cool announcement by Scream Factor. And like I said, it's going to be $34.99. It would have been cool if it had I don't know, some kind of special edition with again, we're going to get into it here in a second with Dead Silence, but like a special slipcover or maybe a steel book or something like that. But maybe later on down the line, I guess, depending on how this sells. Again, with The Exorcist 3, I'm sure a lot of people are like Exorcist 3, this is probably not that good, so they're not going to get it. Like just that, but I'm telling you, if you're on the fence, get The Exorcist 3. It is a great horror film. It is not The Exorcist 2. So yeah, don't worry about that. Exorcist 3 is awesome. Grab that on 4K. Now let's get into talking about Dead Silence, which is a James Wan film that came out. I believe this movie came out in 2007. It came out post Saw for sure. I think this is the first movie that he directed after Saw. But Dead Silence is a really cool little horror movie. I have not seen this since I think probably since it came out. To be honest, I know I had the DVD. I've thought about buying the Blu-ray so many times, and I'm so glad that I didn't because I'm absolutely going to purchase this 4K. I don't have this in the collection, so a no-brainer for me. Definitely going to grab this, but you're going to get a regular 4K here, and I'll scroll down. This is going to be a 2 disc set. So I think, yeah, it has two different runtimes. So I guess that this movie has two different cuts as well. I did not know it had two different cuts. And obviously, no special. That's the one thing I don't love about the Scream Factory announcements. Usually, with Arrow Video, with Criterion, with Vinegar Syndrome, when they do their announcements, they also announce the special features. And with Scream Factory, they announce their special features like weeks later, which is like, I might not want to pre order unless I know what the special features are. So that's kind of lame when it comes to Screen Factor. I wish they would do their special features announcements. I don't know what the holdup is. Is it like they're waiting? Why are they waiting? I don't get it. I'll tell you why. So suckers like me can buy Evil Dead 2013 and it has nothing new and be suckered in like that. So but Dead Silence on 4K, that is definitely a cool pick. 34.99 for the regular 4K, but it is also getting a 4K edition with a alternate slipcover and alternate poster art. So you're gonna get two posters with this, and you get a poster. You pretty much get it with every collector's edition. You get a poster of the actual movie. So really cool poster. I like that poster with the puppet on it. And then you got this other Dead Silence poster. I'm gonna we'll bring this up bigger. That is awesome artwork. I love that artwork. So again, I have not seen this movie since 2007. I remember liking it though. I do remember liking it, but I don't know if I need to get the alternate slipcover, but it's really cool. So I'm probably going to go ahead and pre-order this from Screen Factory just to get that alternate slipcovers because that is an awesome looking slipcover, and I love the alternate slipcovers they do. The Chucky ones were awesome. So we'll kind of scroll through this, but yeah, really cool looking set. I'm excited for this one. Dead Silence, really cool choice by Screen Factory. Like I said, they're doing some cool stuff. That Bubba Hotep is getting ready to come out on 4K. That's definitely a cool pick as well. Let's go ahead and back it. I think that's the only two editions you're getting of Dead Silence. And I'm trying to get through all the 4Ks first, and then we'll talk about the Blu-rays. They announced so much today; it's crazy. Let's talk about Wanted. This is a movie with James McAvoy, Morgan Freeman, Angelina Jolie. This is, I believe, I don't know if this is I imagine this is a Shout release, but it's not a collector's edition or anything like that. Well, looking at the spine, this is a Scream Factory release right here, but this is not going to come with any kind of slipcover or anything like that. Two discs in this set, which is cool. So I imagine you're going to get quite a few special features in this one. I don't know. I think I own the Blu-ray of this, so I don't know how many special features there were before. If they're going to do new special features, but I imagine maybe they will since it's a 2 disc set. But yeah, really cool pick. Wanted in 4K. I haven't seen this movie since it came out as well, so I'll be excited to. I may not buy this one day one, but I'll get this one at some point for sure, and check it out. Really cool little movie. So another cool pick by Screen Factory to release. And let's go ahead and back out of here. And there was another. Okay, there we go. Almost forgot. Streets of Fire. And this is the one out of all the 4Ks that were announced today. Just visually, I just watched this movie for the first time about a year ago. I love the movie. Visually, I think that this one has the potential to look the best out of all the new 4Ks that they announced. It's just such a stylish movie. I'm just thinking of the scene in the beginning where Diane Lane is singing the concert and the reds and the blues. I just feel like this is going to look fantastic, but such a cool little movie. Streets of Fire. If you have not seen this movie, I don't know if I could it's a very odd movie in the way that it's structured, but it's very 80s, very nostalgic driven. But it's a really good story, and it has some really good performances, and it's just a really cool movie. So if you like those kind of cool, little like dirty, grimy, it's almost like almost like post-apocalyptic in nature as well. But if you like those kind of movies, I would definitely recommend this one. It's got Willem Dafoe in it as well, and he's completely crazy. He's the villain in the movie, and he just plays it so well. You know how Willem Dafoe, how good he is at being the villain, and he's fantastic in this movie. But yeah, I do recommend Streets of Fire. Let's scroll down here real quick. 3 discs in this set, so you're gonna have a 93-minute cuts, and yeah, so I imagine that you're gonna get the 4K, you're gonna get the Blu-ray, and you're gonna get a disc full of special features, probably the same special features that were available on the regular Shout Select release, which I actually have 2 versions of this movie. So if I buy this, I'll have 3 copies of Streets of Fire because I got the steel book as well. It's a great steel book. But 34.99 for Streets of Fire. Yeah, just really cool announcements. 4 new 4Ks. Like Screen Factory's killing them with the 4Ks. And this is a collector's edition, and they're not showing. And yes, if you pre-order this, you will get an exclusive poster. I'm wondering if this is going to get a slipcover. I'm hoping that it will. Uh, but they haven't traditionally put slipcovers on all their Shout Select 4Ks, but some they have. It's kind of weird how they're doing it. There's no rhyme or reason to anything that Screen Factory does sometimes. But apparently, Magnificent 7 on 4K is supposed to get a slipcover. Deer Hunter, when it first came out on 4K, got a slipcover. But then Used Cars and War Games just came out, didn't get slipcovers. So it's hard to track what Screen Factory is doing nowadays. But let's get into this other one. A lot of people are really excited for this. Dr. Giggles on Blu-ray. So apparently this one's has been very hard to find on Blu-ray in the US for the past like 15 years. Like it had like some kind of double pack release way back in the day, and now it's getting put out on Blu-ray for the first time in the US in a long time. Now it's got other releases, like I think it's got some like German releases or something like that, but first time made available, widely available in the US in like maybe 15 years or something on Blu-ray is Dr. Giggles. So yeah, I have not seen this movie before, so I will be excited to pick this one up and check it out. Based on everybody, just based on how hyped everybody got, because like I posted on Instagram today, and that's how I kind of read the temperature of the community and like what everybody's excited for. And a lot of people like straight up were just like Dr. Giggles, Dr. Giggles. Like they didn't care. They brushed by everything else. They're just like Dr. Giggles. I cannot wait for Dr. Giggles. So I'm curious if you guys in the comment section are gonna do the same thing with Dr. Giggles. But yeah, definitely a cool little release. I wish it was a collector's edition though. I wish that Screen Factory would still do some collector's edition Blu-rays. And I think with the notoriety that this film has, that it could have definitely had a cool little collector's edition Blu-ray for sure with the slipcover and all that kind of stuff. All right, so we also got Razorback. I don't know too much about this movie at all, but it's coming out on Blu-ray, and I think this is another one that's been hard to find in the U.S. as well. This one came out in 1984, and 95 minutes, 1 disc. So yeah, cool little release, Razorback. Let me know if you're excited for that one, if you know anything about it. I don't really know too much. It looks like some kind of warthog film creature feature, maybe. That's what it looks like. I like how he's got horns. Looks like he has a little snout. Let me know if you're excited for Razorback. And then we got some other stuff right here. Some cool ones. You got a Richard Pryor film, Critical Condition. I haven't seen this one for 23.99. So let me know if I mean, it's a comedy. So not a Shout Select or anything like that. So just a regular Blu-ray. Then you got Crazy People with Dudley Moore and Daryl Hannah. I have not seen this movie. This is from 1990, but cool little release. And then you got Sorry, Wrong Number, which is a Burt Lancaster, Barbara Stanwyck film for 23.99. So yeah, Screen Factor. Look, coming out of the gate swinging today with these announcements, and yeah, just a lot of cool stuff. And like I said, they don't usually throw down their announcements on a Friday, but they did today. and there's some really cool stuff, guys, coming from Scream Factory. So I'm excited. Let me know in the comment section below if you're excited for this slate. Which are you going to pre-order? What are you looking forward to? Are you getting The Exorcist 3? Are you getting Dead Silence? Are you getting Wanted? There was a few people that were pretty excited and pumped for Wanted. What about Streets of Fire? I'm telling you guys, that's a really underrated 80s movie for sure. So I would definitely recommend that. And visually, I think that's going to look awesome on 4K. Or you just going to pick up Dr. Giggles. Let me know in that comment section below, guys. So I appreciate you guys, watching me and entertaining the madness and watching me freak out over more Scream Factory titles. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment down below what you're excited for. Turn on those bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description. And we'll see you next time.